All right, in today's No Rest for the Wicked video, we are going to talk tips and tricks. Now, these are things that I've picked up through my 100+ hours, multiple completions, and multiple characters. And then they've also come through questions that I've been asked through friends that I picked up No Rest for the Wicked, and also through my streams, some of my viewers asking me questions. So we're going to go through the things that I would think, the 10 things that are most important coming into. You might know them, you might not know all of them. I hope it's really insightful, so we're going to get right into it. All right, number one on our tips and tricks list is turning on the Poise bar and your health and focus number meter. So if you look on my screen right now, you'll see that next to the yellow bar, which is my focus, it says 167 out of 246. By default, that is not turned on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our settings menu. We're going to be in the gameplay, and you'll see that I have them turned on. So there's some other ones in here like the hints, the subtitles, but the ones we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on show the enemy health bar. And then the Poise bar. This is the one I believe is not on by default. You want that on, and I'll show you what that looks like with it on and off. And then show damage numbers. That's another one that I don't believe is on by default. It might be now, but I think back in the beginning of the game it was not. It is a good one to have on. And then show stat numbers and health and the focus bar numbers. So those are what I was talking about with the 167 out of 246. So I'll show you with the stamina bar on, and you'll notice that I'm getting torched. This was not a good one to come into. But below their health, and I killed that guy real quick. But below their health bar, you'll see a little white bar, and you can see that it's empty on this guy right now. That it is an empty, but then if I hit him, and you have poise damage in there, it turns into a little, it fills up. And this is when it fills all the way up, you'll be able to, they'll kind of get staggered and you'll be able to backstab them. So then we'll go in here and we will turn that off. And I'll also show you, I mean, we'll just turn everything off. We'll turn that off, we'll turn that off, we'll turn that off, that, and we'll turn ours off as well. And you'll see my numbers went away. And then there's just no indicator on how close you are to killing somebody, which makes it a little bit more difficult. It's just not as good. So then we'll come here, and then I'll show you with just the Poise bar off. See, now there's just no, everything else is the same, it's just there's no Poise bar. And for me, it's just that little quality of life that just makes it a little bit easier to know when you're going to be able to stagger. Now, if your whole goal is to not have that and be as minimal as possible, it's just awesome that it's an option to have it turned off. But in my opinion, it's just a nice quality of life that you can have. All right, tip number 2 is map respawn. So if you pull up your map, you'll notice that there is 2 different shades of colors. Well, 3 really. So this is technically part of a map all the way up here. And then you have another part of the map down in this area. So that's like a complete fog of war. But you'll see the parts that you've been at have like this dark gray, opaque color to them. And you'll see also in the upper left-hand corner below the name of the wherever we're at. So we're in the shallows. And you'll see the little countdown number. That is telling you how long until it rolls back. So if we wait 40 minutes, this will turn back to this gray color unless we're here. The fog of war resetting lets you know that items have respawned, enemies have respawned, and the map, it might have changed like the enemy type there as well. One thing I will say with this, and I pointed this out in another video, there are certain locations on the map that just don't ever respawn. Specifically in the beginning part of the game, it is this part of the shallows, this massive part of the shallows right here, which kind of stinks because there's a resource here that doesn't ever respawn. And then this part, Mariner's Keep. And then this part, oh no, that's on there, but this part of Mariner's Keep. And then if we zoom all the way back out, there's other parts up here on Nameless Pass that don't reset either. So again, it's not like a huge deal, but it's just resources that could potentially be spawning there that you're just not going to get because of those parts of the map not respawning. All right, tip number 3, do not waste embers on re-rolling good enchantments. You're wasting them. Just don't do it. I typically don't even re-roll bad enchantments, but if I'm gonna re-roll anything, it's gonna be a bad enchantment. So, and here's why. The Fallen Embers, they're very valuable and they help you respec once you unlock that feature and when you get through so many runs in the Crucible and you get unlocked. But if you're gonna do it, re-roll bad enchantments. And this is what I mean by that. So if we go over here and we look at this gauntlet, my bad enchantment is focus cost increased by 27%. Now, depending on your build, that might not be a big deal. So I think these right now, if I switch to them, it's 60%. If I were to change it, I do believe it's like 50. So it's not that bad. Or 60 focus. It's not that bad of an upgrade. But if I was going to re-roll anything, I would re-roll it to not be that. Now, I do know on these gauntlets, I re-rolled a health. It was a health one, and I ended up getting this, and I wasn't going to re-roll it anymore and waste any more fallen embers. But like the good enchantments, you can now extract enchantments out of weapons, armor, and stuff like that. So there really is no reason to re-roll. If you find an enchantment that you want to keep, if it matches your build, if it's very specific and you find it on a different item, a different weapon, a different piece of armor, and you don't want to use that item, get one of the extraction runes and you'll be able to work it that way. Don't waste your runes on re-rolling enchantments. It's just a bad way to spend them when you can save them and you can spend them to upgrade whispers, the fast travel points, and then you can use them to respec your character if you're going to try to go through a whole bunch of different things. Don't waste embers on enchantments. It's not worth it. All right, our fourth one on the list, when possible, don't sell weapons, extract the runes. Runes are very difficult to come by out in the wild unless you're beating a boss or doing the crucible runs. If you find a rune that you want or you're looking for a specific one and then you find it, don't sell the weapons, extract the runes. And you can do this by unlocking Eleanor and getting access to her runes, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So in here, if you go down to her runes, I have this gauntlet right here where it has Cyclone Kick. If you look at my other two gauntlets, neither one of those have it. So let's say I wanted to finish out this gauntlet right here and I wanted to use the Cyclone Kick to do it. All you would have to do is come here, be in the rune tab, click on the weapon, and you'll see that the list of runes shows up here. And down in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you can see where it says extract, destroy, or you back out. So what I'm proposing, and this is what I do, when all possible, unless I'm really strapped for some coin, is I'll come through and I'll pick a rune out of the weapon that I want if it has multiple and extract it out. The caveat to this is that it still destroys the item. So it's not like you get to keep it and you can re-add things to it. No, if you extract a rune, it's going to destroy that item. So you need to think about that if you're looking at like a higher level weapon or something that you actively use, but you're like, oh, I want this out to go to another weapon. It's not going to work like that. So for example, we're going to go ahead and we will extract the Cyclone Kick out. It costs a little bit of coin, and then you'll find whatever weapon you want to put it on. We'll actually put it on this one because it only has one. So we'll come down here. Whatever button you want it to be on, it doesn't really matter. You'll click Add Rune, and then whatever runes that are available for that weapon type will show up here. And you'll do this, and spin the coin, and boom, there we go. You get the rune on the weapon of choice. So don't sell weapons when all possible. Extract the runes out. All right, number 5 is kind of tied into number 4. On the opposite side of that, in the beginning, sell everything. If you don't need it or if it's not going to fit your build, don't get attached to a certain set of equipment. All right, just push me out of the way. Thank you. Don't get your mindset on needing this armor or this weapon. You're going to find duplicates of those things multiple times over, and a lot of times you can find them with better enchantments, higher levels, stuff like that. So in the beginning, come through whenever you go on a loot run or you clear out a zone, come back, sell everything unless you're like, I really want to use this, but my weight's still a little bit too high, but I'm right here to be able to get it. Then keep it. Or if you have your house and you have chests and you just want to dump things in there, because in the beginning storage space is kind of hard to come by unless you have an upgrades done to Sacrament where you can build them, or you found the chests, then you can just build them at inside your house. But in the beginning, storage space is limited. I would just sell everything, get the coin, so then you can buy the house and you can get all these other things that you want to get. All right, moving on to point number 6, and that is rebuilding Sacrament to at least level 1 before you buy a house. And here's why I think that's so crucial. So especially with Whitaker, Fillmore, and Mira and Miri, those 3 vendors, they have refining tables inside their level 1 shops, which if you use those, because you don't have a house yet, you can't put your own refiners in. They help you refine the materials to upgrade your current equipment and then also build those refining tables inside your house. And for Whitaker specifically, he sells consumable chests that you'll need to store your potions and stuff like that inside of there to get them out of your inventory. And that way you're not even taking up some of the game's given storage that you get inside the rookery. So in my opinion, getting them upgrade to level 1 minimum should come before getting a house. It just makes things a lot more simple and clear cut on where you can store things, and like having that upgrade material is just going to pay dividends throughout your early part of the game. Moving right along to point number 7, and that is upgrade your ring slots before everything else when you get your Plague Eye core. You can get it real easy, real quick. And here's why I think this is crucial. Rings don't have any weight and they have massive benefits. And I have found so many rings since this latest update out in the wild that they pay off so well. Like right now, I currently have the focus gain, the max focus equip load. This is honestly, in my opinion, one of the best rings in the game. And then the regain health. This is just helping with a specific build that I'm doing. So upgrading your ring slots super early makes it so you are more versatile in the rings you can put in, because you might find one, if you only have one ring slot, you might already have one slotted that's super crucial to your build. And then you find another one that could add a little bit, but it's not as important, but it could still be not really a make it or break it, but a good addition to your build. And if you don't have that done, then you're kind of just sitting there waiting until you can do it. And like I said, the Plague Eye Core, you can get 2 real quick. I mean, you get one in the beginning. You can do 4 bounties early on and get 4 Plague Eye Cores. Then you have an extra one, or extra 3, sorry, that you can shove other places. So upgrade your ring slots. First thing you should do, just makes it a lot easier to get those versatile rings in there and help you build along the way. Point number 8 kind of ties into another build strategy that I do every time I build a new character. And this one and the last one are more of personal preference, to be honest with you. Some people might have an argument for against what I'm saying and for what I'm saying. So as far as stats, as when you're building out, especially early on, the things that I focus on doing before I even throw anything in, like this one, I have a whole bunch into dex. The thing that I do before any of that is I get health, stamina, focus, and equip load to 15. Very first thing, you get 3 points every time you level up. It's not difficult, it's easy to do, and it sets a great foundation for your build moving forward. I've never had it fail me once. And again, if you get later deep into your build, your max level, you're messing with things, by that point you're at a respec point in the game anyway, so you can do whatever you want. But as a foundation, every build I do, I shoot for 15 health, 15 stamina, 15 focus, 15 equip load, and then I go into whatever build I'm trying to do, whether it be dex, strength, whatever it happens to be, then I start feeding those points in there. Those 4 things, in my opinion, are so crucial to a good foundation for your playthrough that it's just hard to look over. Point tip number 9 on this list is one that I feel I see and that exists. I don't have any science to back it up besides my personal experience. This game, it should not be played as a button masher. And that might be a hot take for me, and I might be the only person playing it like that. But here's what I mean by that. In combat specifically, if you're trying to do multiple inputs of like attack, 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 attack real fast, and then you try to dodge because you're out of stamina by that last attack, or they're advancing on you more than they thought you were. I've had it where the dodge just doesn't happen. Or it'll be the other way around, where it'll kill one of my attacks and then it'll dodge when I didn't want it to. And I'll try to get it to recreate it here to see if I can get what I'm talking about. Like right there, like I rolled, and that might just be like a roll timing too, but like let's just come in, like I'm sitting here button mashing, and then like that delay. I know I can't show you. I wish I could show you real like more. I'll try to, but like if I'm up here button mashing, I'm like hitting, and then when I go to like dodge, there's like massive delay in what I'm doing. I feel like I found more success in being way more deliberate in the amount of times I'm gonna attack. So I'll come in here, do 2 quick ones, and then come in and roll out. To me, there was no delay in that. So I'm 1, 2 quickly, and as soon as I hit the dodge button, we're in and out. That might be a faded take. That might be something that I'm only struggling with, but if I'm struggling with it, I would assume other people are kind of having the same issue, and maybe somebody can weigh in on this. If you know better than me, which a lot of you probably do, if there actually is that kind of input delay, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Leave a comment, tell me about it. I'd love to talk to you about it, because it's real fascinating to me when I started picking up that was happening to me. So I just wanted to point it out. Maybe somebody else is struggling with it as well. All right, for our 10th and final point, it has to do with money, rounding this all out. And experience and items. We're pulling it all together. Every week, every day that you get on, come here to Captain Randolph and get the weekly and daily bounties and challenges. He'll always have them. It's a good way to go out, explore the world, get XP. Just activate them, see what they are. Do them every time they reset, especially the bounties. When they do the weeklies, it's a good way to get Plague Eye Core. If you go in here and you look, most of them have Plague Eye Core that you can get from them. So these 2 still do that. I need to go do. Do it every time. It's a great experience. You can get really good equipment from them, and it's a good way to just earn some money. Like this is 3 silver and 50 bronze. It's an incredible way to rebuild your cash, rebuild items that you can then sell for more cash. Come here, do Randolph's bounties and challenges, earn that money, earn that gear. It's a good way to get the XP too and level up real fast. All right, there it is. There's my 10 tips and tricks that I've learned and gathered over my 100+ hours playing No Rest for the Wicked. I really hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was and you want to see more No Rest for the Wicked content, it would be awesome if you'd like the video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe drop a comment to tell me what kind of video I should do next. And remember, Be you, be authentic, and we'll see you in the next one.